Hello dear students, in this chapter we are going to discuss about possessives and demonstrative. Yesterday I sent you a PPT on determiners which included only articles. So today we are going to start with possessives and demonstratives. So what are possessives? Possessive constitute a subclass of determiners and possessive nouns which modify a noun by attributing a possession to someone or something, and it also shows a relationship to someone or something. So look at this first example. My father's sister was born in India. Now it is important to realize the possessive noun like fathers is also changing the noun sister. So they also work, the possessive nouns also works as determiner, and it is my father is also working as a single unit. Inside the unit, my modifies father, which is a possessive pronoun, and my cannot jump outside its own phrase and modify sister. The sister who was born in India is my father's sister, not my sister. Now I want to give you one more example on that. My father's jacket, or it is in my father's jacket. How I'm modifying the jacket is by adding the possessive noun fathers, and if I add it is in my father's jacket, so I'm adding a possessive pronoun, then I'm using a possessive noun, and then I'm using a noun. So here the possessive noun including possessive pronouns all can modify a noun, and they are all termed as determiners, and the category which they follow in is called possessive. Now the possessive pronoun, like this term possessive pronoun, the term possessive pronoun is misleading because there are actually two possessive forms. Look at this, two possessive forms, and for each the first one is your additive function which is performing, and the second one is your true pronoun. So look at the example, that is my book. Here my is functioning as an additive. Additive, why? Because additives always come before a noun, and this my is also a possessive pronoun which is functioning as an additive. We call them by a different name called possessive determiners, right? So this determiner is modifying the noun book. That is why we are calling it by the name of additive, right? Now the second example is that book is mine. This word mine is not changing, just it is a replacement of the word book. That is my book, so we are saying that book is mine. We are not using the word, the noun book again. Now moving on, we need to consider two important points which is really worth considering here. Look at this thing. The forms are not interchangeable, the first points, because you cannot change your adjectival possessive pronoun, this form, you saying that the possessive noun working as an adjective, with the pronominal possessive pronoun which is this. So you cannot replace mine with my, or my with my, or yours with your. No one can do that in English, so don't do that. That is a completely wrong thing to do. Now the second thing is the adjective doesn't change because of a noun. So look at the examples here. My book is blue. Here book is only a singular book, and in my example 2, my books are blue. In this example, my is not changing because of books. So what determines the use of adjective with the my, your, his or her is not the noun with the singular or plural. It is the person, whether we are talking about first person, second person, third person singular, or whether we are talking about plural, first person, second person, or third person. Suppose if I am talking about myself, so I would say my book and so on. And if I am talking about you, so I will say it is your book and your book was on the table. Suppose if I talk about second person plural or third person plural, like they, their books are there. So I can't say theirs books are there. So it is not that way to use it. Now moving on, I would like to drag your attention towards something which is difficult for everybody, or which confuses everybody. In fact, it is its and its, your and your. Although the pronunciation is same, but these two things are different. First ones are the contracted forms and the second ones are the possessive adjectives. So when you want to say it's hot day, so never forget to put an apostrophe over there, because otherwise the meaning would not be the same you intended to tell to your listeners or your readers. So it is a wrong thing. Same as with the you are intelligent, so you have to write an apostrophe between you and re, which is a contracted form for r. So because there you will have a confusion, what is your intelligent? No one can be your intelligent thing, right? And now we have to move on to the second point. Now look at this example. That is his book, and that book is his. So notice here, his performs both adjectives and true pronoun function, because there are no separate forms for possessive his. So be alert about this also, right? You cannot say his, you cannot add one more s to make it the pronominal possessive pronoun. So it's time to discuss about demonstratives. So there are 4 demonstratives in English. This, that, these, no, and which have been studying in many classes. So there are various uses of demonstrators, but for each case we are not going to discuss here, because it is not easy to include all of them here, as we are going to concentrate only demonstrative workings as determiners. So in this section you can see that the demonstrative also works as adjectives and pronouns. In first example, I really like this book. Here this is working as a determiner, adjective determiner, right? Because it is coming before the book and modifying the noun book. But in second example, I really liked this. This is not an example of any determiner, because there is no noun after it. It is not heading before noun, so it is a pronoun. And now the demonstrative can also be singular and plural. So singular demonstratives are this, that, and plural demonstratives are these and those. You are very well aware of these things, so I'm not going to concentrate more on that. So the difference between these on the one hand and that, those on the other is much more complicated than knowing about their singular forms and plural forms. Because generally speaking, this and these have a sense of closeness, and that and those have a sense of distance. The closeness and the distance distinction can be either in space or time, right? And you must have got to know about till that time is about the space only. Okay, this house is near and that house is far, and that bird, I'm talking about that bird in this sense. So here are some examples. I want to explain this thing to this 2 columns. Let's understand for closeness. This house means the closer of 2 houses has a blue roof, right? Because there are 2 houses, so I'm pointing out to one house which is closer to me has a blue roof, and that house which is, I'm talking about 2 distant houses, and which one has that house which is distant of 2 houses, right? So there are 2 houses. First one I'm pointing to as this, the other one I'm pointing to as that, right? So I took these pictures, so the closer ones, but not those pictures, the more distant ones. Now I was look at the time. I was able to finish the project this week. I mentioned here this week, right? Because I had more time than I did that week. A week and that some more distant in the past. And did you like these movies, the one we just saw? And better than those movies, the ones we saw earlier. So when we are pointing this and that or these and those with the noun, with context to or with reference to the time, so we refer present times with the this and these, and the past time with that and those. So if you want to talk about past week, you could say I did that week. You don't want to mention which week you did that work, but you have some demonstrative to point it out, right? So this is the way we use demonstratives. And there is one more use. We use it in more in informal conversations. Look at this point. there was this guy at the party last night. So can you understand why I have used word this guy? Means I'm modifying the noun guy with the word this, because it signals two things to the listener. What are these? That the speaker has, like, suppose I am saying this and I am the speaker, I have a specific person in mind, or maybe I am trying to introduce this person as a new topic of conversation. And if I'm in, if I have a specific person in mind, I'm aware that you as a listener doesn't know yet who I'm is talking about, right? So accordingly, we would expect the speaker to elaborate. So I will also elaborate on what was so interesting about that person. Maybe he was dancing beautifully, or he served well, or I could elaborate in any way, whichever things are in mind about that person, I can tell you about that. So this is how we have to use this or that in our phrases. Now suppose if I use it with plural sense, my boss said that he had these concerns. Again, the use of these signals before concerns that my boss has specific concerns in mind, and that the concerns have now been introduced as a new topic of conversation. That is why he used these concerns and those concerns. So whenever you see this kind of situation, this guy, that person, or those things I'm talking about, so there we are not referring to pointing out to the things which we can see through our eyes with this and that, as in the space close, or like. So introduce a new topic or something specific in mind which is going on. We do that for this kind of things. Thank you very much. I'll be posting an activity on your WhatsApp. Please do it.